Hi, my name's Haley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video we have our esteemed co-host Zach, my boyfriend, back, and we've got some vinyl here for you. This is actually the haul for before the last one, if that makes any sense. Yeah. The last one we filmed was not, like, this stuff was purchased before that stuff. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So this is kind of funny.
Well, yeah, we kind of forgot to
it was in the holidays, and it got lost in all the Christmas decorations, frankly, and it was lost media. But we're filming it now, if in part so that I can actually enter everything into my Google Sheet and sort everything into my collection. I will say now that, and pretty embarrassingly, as I was picking the stack up and going through what we had bought, I had discovered two records that I had covered in the last haul as well, so I now have duplicates, turns out. In case you're wondering, that's Inside Information by Foreigner and Self-Titled by Elton John. Mm-hmm. So now I got doubles. So if you want them, no. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully if one of them scratched, I can go the other one. But excuse me, let's just go ahead and get this started. I feel like that was too much of a preamble. So let's just go ahead. This is probably one of the most iconic 80s album covers. Loverboy, Get Lucky. This is a band, well, now you have also seen them multiple times. Yeah. Because they keep opening for Styx. But I've seen them a couple times. They're very good live now still. I mean, Mike Reno in the 80s was just a powerhouse vocalist. I mean, Almost Paradise with Ann Wilson from Heart on the Footloose soundtrack is one of the most impressive pairings of vocal power.
And he's like, what, 70
He's
now?
like, yes, for a guy who's like 70 years old, I mean, does really
pretty
well,
good.
Like, you know?
Yeah, when he came out on stage, kind of waddled out on stage, and by waddled, I mean, nothing against the guy, but I was like, oh, this isn't going to be great. And he started singing, and I was impressed.
You know? Yeah. He's an older guy, you know, and it's kind of, it was one of those things where you're like, oh, this is what it's like to see classic rock, you know?
Well, but I was going to say larger guy.
I wasn't going to go into that detail. But
I mean, he carries it well. But
back to the subject at hand. This is probably Loverboy's biggest album. It has Working for the Weekend on it, which of course is their song. Notably, it also has Lucky Ones on it, which my first band, I'll call my first real band, we covered that when I was 16. And the one thing about Loverboys, they've got good synth lines.
Oh,
like, it was good.
One thing I did notice is seeing them live versus hearing it on the album is Take Me to the Top.
Oh, yeah.
You know, live, it was slowed down a little bit. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, you know, that's not something they're liking. I really liked it because it had some kind of stoner rock to it live.
Yeah, it was almost more anthemic that way.
Yeah, definitely.
It kind of hit a little harder, just kind of a little chuggier.
Yeah, very nice. Chuggy. Yeah,
very, very chuggy. But yeah, no, so that's our first entry. So I was glad to get that into the collection because that's just you gotta have it, you know. This also falls into that category. This is Departure by Journey. This is, I don't even need to look at it, but I am going to look at it. Yep, Any Way You Want It. Opening track. How else are you going to start an album? I mean, that's the main one off of here. I know we have Walks Like a Lady on there. But can we just take a moment to admire the hair going on here? I feel like this should be like a Pantene commercial. Like, look at those luscious locks. I mean, I just don't even know. And they also look like photos that should be like at my grandma's house. Like she has.
Steve Perry legitimately looks like a woman.
That Walks Like a Lady is actually about it. No, but yeah, no, Why is it like airbrushed too?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like you said, man, Pantene commercial.
Pantene commercial. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. It's but this is just another one you had to add into the collection. I love Journey. I love Steve Perry as a singer. That's just the thing. Oh, we have the inner sleeve too. I didn't even notice. Yeah, so we got. Oh, let's get a little bit of the shine there.
Yeah,
We can get off to this angle here.
All
Alright, yeah, get a load of that fur coat, yeah. So this was still, oh, that's funny. It says, join us for departure into the 80s. That's funny. I think this is 1980, if I recall correctly. But
1980, yep.
Yep, okay, I thought so. Yeah, a nice solid start to the decade, and really kind of setting the precedent that, Journey was going to be big in the 80s, because I mean they were getting there in the late 70s. You had Wheel in the Sky, and I Love and Touch and Squeezing and stuff, but I mean this is where Journey really started being Journey. So next we have Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life, which I got solely because Higher Love is on it, and that song is a banger. It's like the epitome of like adult contemporary, like that, and like Easy Lover by Phil Collins and Philip Bailey. That's like the like adult contemporary station vibe.
I'm looking forward to listening to it because I don't think I've.
Yeah, I mean I think Higher Love is the only Steve Winwood song I know. So I know he's usually lauded for being like a very just pro musician. So I'm interested to see what else he's got, and also he's just got like a nice voice. Just some it's going to be a little bit of an easy listening thing, but like it's almost summer.
Yeah.
So it's relaxed, easy listening.
Almost summer. It's February.
We're in Florida. It's in summer. It was 83 today. It's we don't really have spring or winter.
No. We have the wet, kind of cool season, the hot season, and the very hot season.
Hurricane season.
And hurricane season. But that's the kind of hot season.
Yeah. All right, so this is Rick Springfield. Success Hasn't Spoiled Me Yet, which I love the dog, always. It's just there. You have him on the back cover there. Part of the reason I got this was because my friend, Maria, who my friend is really, really into Rick Springfield. So I was kind of wanted to see what everything was about, because, I mean, honestly, I've heard of Don't Talk to Strangers, but I don't know it. I'm sure when I listen to it, there'll be something that might even ring your ears too. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the cover.
I
want to know what's going on. I think this is probably the sequel to Working Class. What was it called? Working Class Dog or something, which was the album that had Jesse's Girl on it.
Oh, very nice.
So. Yep. Yeah, he's still, and I say that because the dog's on the cover, and he's also still wearing the like the what would you call that? Mechanic's outfit, like the jumpsuit.
Yeah, and it was produced by Famous Dog Productions.
Yeah, that was probably his production company. Yeah, I just noticed in the champagne bucket, the champagne and dog bones. So that's.
Yeah, I grew up with toy poodles, so yeah, I can tell you that these I assume that they're girls. I mean, but yeah, they have a lot of drama and
a lot of drama.
Yeah,
they're very fancy.
They're very fancy, and they know it.
So next, this one was actually really cool. I don't know if I told you about this when we got it. This is Break of Dawn by Firefall, which I got because my friend is on this album.
Oh, who?
My friend, you can see him in the credits here under the players, Chuck Kirkpatrick.
I think you've mentioned this guy.
Who I'm friends with. And actually Steven Stills is on this too. I don't know him. But yeah, Chuck Kirkpatrick and I actually are friends. We've been friends for a couple of years now. met by chance in a bar at an open mic night, and he was talking. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was in Firefall." And I was like, I was like, it was a couple of years ago. I was like 18. I was like, "Sure." And then I looked into it. I'm like, oh. So I've been actually kind of trying to find the stuff that he was on with Firefall. So I was really happy to find this. And you can see here the former owner etched in the initials to their name and that, which I always love when there's like a hint of a. You feel like they with a key or something etched it in.
It's kind of like a repeat of last vinyl haul where the fox, I thought it was called Zia.
Zia.
But
yeah.
It is kind of nice to. I know that a lot of like collectors would probably not like that, but I don't know. It's cool to see that this belonged to someone else.
Yeah, it's been around.
Yeah, it's been around. And,
it gives it personality.
It does.
So, I mean, the album, like just the cover, once again, like a lot of stuff, I forgot to mention, this is from Second and Charles, this haul.
Yes. Where we get most of our vinyl.
Where we've been getting a lot of stuff recently. I haven't been to St. Augustine in a while. But like a lot of stuff there, very minimal ring wear. Just the cover is gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's got a little bit up top, a little bit on the back, but I mean, besides that,
it's well loved.
Delicious. Now this, I was extraordinarily excited to find. I'm not even I'm actually underplaying how excited I was. So a couple of hauls back, I found the Who Tommy album, which I've also been looking for years. And as a part of that, I was also looking for the soundtrack, because people who are familiar with the album know that The Who, a couple of years after releasing Tommy as an album, made it into a movie, like a proper movie.
That.
Oh, it's weird, but it's really good at the same time. And Roger Daltrey is gorgeous in it. It's like beautiful, just an objective fact. It's just fact. And so they made, with the movie, they had redone all the songs because it's a concept album. And they had the different people who they had brought in to play the characters record the parts for those songs as the characters, including Eric Clapton and Tina Turner and blah blah blah. As you could probably assume by my description, I found it. It's the movie soundtrack for Tommy, specifically, and it was only freaking $7, $6.95 for this. Do you know how much this is online? So much.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell me that. I might be
so much.
Hey, I might have to think like, ooh, I have something else I want. I would never do that.
No.
You know.
Yeah, and this is a gatefold. It looks like. I haven't even opened this yet. I've been a little too excited to. So let's
just
see.
If you could just make sure nothing drops out the bottom.
Oh, nothing should.
Ta-da!
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah.
So they have all these different scenes from in the movie.
As well as a paper clip down there.
Paper clip, that's funny. Yeah, and it's just.
Do you want me to pull that off?
No, just keep it there. And we've got cardboard sleeves in here with even more movie stills on each side. And it's just, I mean, this thing is gorgeous. It is also getting stuck. Okay, it's beautiful. I mean,
so I'm gonna remove the.
It's got a little bit of. I mean, it's been loved. You know, it's got some ring wear. It's got that's a big
honking paper.
Freaking paper clip. Anyway, it's got some.
Oh, I see why they have it at the bottom.
Oh, was it structurally?
Yeah, it's a little structurally.
I'll take that back together.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
well, I mean, the paper clip actually might be better because the.
The residue.
The acid and the tape will eat at the paper.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Yeah. So this was a huge find for me, especially because I wasn't even looking for it. I have my searching for list, but I wasn't actively looking for it. So it was crazy to just find that out in the wild. Especially for such a good price. I don't know if they knew what they had a hold of. I think they may not have realized it. Or maybe I just like really niche things. It could be both. But so that was very exciting to find. Let's see, next. Let me see what the name on this one is. In the Pocket. So this is In the Pocket by James Taylor. It doesn't say it on the front, it says it on the back. On which he is wearing a shirt with a different album cover on it of his own. James Taylor, man, he's kind of a dork. But this is a Shower of the People on here. Let's see what we got. That's the only one I know. Wait, no, Everybody Has the Blues. Yeah. So this is also, I think, in some of his heavy drug era. So honestly, all of his stuff is very interesting at this point. A Junkie's Lament. Captain Jim's Drunken Dream. Don't be sad 'cause your sun is down. So interesting.
Sounds like
things.
he's doing
Sounds like
drugs.
he's doing drugs. He's got kind of the porn stash going that he had for a while.
Oh yeah.
Got nothing like a 70s velvet suit as well.
Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of ring wear.
No, it looks. I mean, it looks to
You want
be
me
in
to
very
pop it
good
open,
condition.
or-
Yeah, you can. And
I've noticed that Second Charles has started taping stuff closed.
yeah, which is both nice and also kind of annoying because like
When you're
you can't just like pop it out.
Yeah.
Do you want a knife or something?
Yeah, I
There's
think
one just out of frame. Hold on. Do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. What was that like dramatics there? Let's see what we got. Yeah, they don't use like
Normal
tape. They use it's not even packing tape. I don't know what it is.
It's like a vinyl tape. Almost. Yeah,
it's like thick.
So,
It's you can't get it off.
So I used to work in a library. Sorry if I'm scratching my face. I think there's something in one of the records that's making me very itchy.
It's probably the like 40-year-old dust.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very similar to, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's I can't really see it, but it's basically like, I used to work in a library when I was in college, and we would use this to like laminate labels basically on the inside of books.
Oh yeah.
Where it's, I think this is like actually supposed to be a label of some sort, so it's a little thicker.
Yeah, that could be.
You know, when I was cutting through that, I had to kind of.
Yeah, you had to saw it a little bit. Let's see what we got.
Yeah,
oh, there we go. Oh, I see some faces I immediately know. Oh, notably, this might be just a very dorky moment, but there's Leland Sklar, which if you follow these things enough, you know he was on I don't know, every album that's ever existed, pretty much.
And just with the exception of a little dent down here, this thing looks really good.
Yeah, I mean it's in very good condition. It's got everyone's name on it. I see
Garfunkel.
Oh yeah. See, the thing is, James Taylor
Mr. Hall.
Yeah, James Taylor would just have like everyone in the world on his albums. Like there's Waddy Wachell, who ended up being the guitarist for Stevie Nicks and still is.
Nash.
Yeah, Graham Nash. Oh, Crosby. Let's see.
Is that what's her name?
That looks like Carly Simon.
That's Carly Simon. I don't know who this kid is. Carly Simon's holding.
Well, it's one of her and James Taylor's kids.
Oh.
They were married for several years.
That.
Yeah. They were very destructive for each other. But yeah, they were together for a while. There's a bunch of people. The thing is, James Taylor just all stars it up. He had a very wide group of people that were all very freaking good at what they did.
I think it's very interesting in the 70s. Obviously I have a little bit of a beard, but
it's like all those guys have beards.
And like not like beards, but like beards. You know, looking like they've been like living in the woods for the last 5 years or something.
Yeah, so that was fun. We're getting towards the end here, but we got another one. This is actually also The Who, calling back to earlier. This is It's Hard by The Who, which, if I recall correctly, and someone usually corrects me in the comments if I'm wrong, which I appreciate, I believe this was the first Who album after Keith Moon died. So they had a different drummer whose name is escaping me right now. And I mean, just solid guy.
I mean, maybe it's got their names on the inside.
Yeah,
so.
this more of this tape that you just can't open.
Goodness.
But I mean, this is a solid album. Also, The Who in the 80s. We got Eminence Front, which one of those sports channels that your parents watch, I noticed this, was every time they went to commercial, they played part of Eminence Front. And I just felt like I was freaking out because it would never go to the song. It was just like the synthy intro part repeated for like 30 seconds every time they went to or came back from commercial. So I always felt like I was losing my mind.
Yeah, so no names, no pictures, but all the lyrics.
Yeah. Very oddly festive colors.
Yeah, I was gonna say very Christmassy.
If I may. Yeah, very very bright, and this is actually a very good quality paper sleeve as well. Like we've got all of our corners. This has a teeny bit where it feels like it wants to poke through, but it hasn't yet. It's still pretty well, and I'll say adhered to the record itself. So I feel like this one may not have gotten that much play by whomever had it before.
It's got an old paper smell, but it doesn't smell mildewy or anything. Which going through a little bit of your old vinyl, sometimes it you take. Well, I mean, we take excellent care of it.
We take good care of it, but stuff's gonna smell like it's gonna smell.
Yeah, and all I was gonna say is this. It smells like it's probably been kept in someone's house for its entire life. It wasn't left in the garage.
Because I actually do this a different way than other people.
In the South, we have a lot of issues with humidity and
That's actually, I have some records that are warped. I have one Bryan Adams record that you can only play the A side really because it's warped as such. That's kind of like warped down. So if you try to play the other side, it's like scooped up, and it's like whoa. It's actually kind of hilarious, but it's bad for the needle, so I try not to play it. But so that's actually all that we had from Second and Charles. I have two bonus ones that I got elsewhere, and this will just prove to you how long it's been that I've been holding on to all this stuff. This first one was a gift to myself. Bare Naked Ladies, Bare Naked for the Holidays, which is my favorite. I would say Christmas, but they have a bunch of Hanukkah songs on here, so I'll say my favorite holiday album. I think it was like the first time they had ever released it on vinyl, and they put it out, and they have on the sleeve a bunch of photos from when they were in the studio at the time. Get the stuff there, and part of the reason I got it, because I'm a sucker for this, it's split dye. It's red and white, so when it spins around, it looks kind of like a peppermint. But yeah, no, I tend not to buy new vinyl, but they announced it, and I immediately pre-ordered it in like July or whatever, and then I got it. So, yeah, 2004 was when it originally came out, and just...
Did it come out on vinyl originally?
No, I don't believe so. It was just CD.
The first pressing?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, yeah.
Very nice.
So this is just awesome. Some of my favorite versions of some Christmas songs. They do a mashup of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen and We Three Kings with Sarah McLachlan that actually made me like Sarah McLachlan as an artist. Like as a kid, I just didn't really like her, and just listening to this song like early on, I immediately was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm on board. I'm there.
The only Sarah McLachlan song that I know is the what's it, In the Arms of an
Angel.
Angel. Yeah, whenever I hear Sarah McLachlan, I just get kind of sad because I think
ASPCA.
Yeah, I just think about abused animals, and it makes me sad.
I think that's what most people think of. So it was nice to hear her singing about
Christmas.
God, and it's just the reverence that they go with is really cool. And there's a bunch of songs on here that are just little like organ bebops, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's just like almost sounds like baseball music because it's like that kind of organ setting almost. It's just it's really fun. And they have Green Christmas on here, which was, if you listen carefully, in the Jim Carrey Grinch movie, when he goes to the town square for the first time and he's wearing like the costumes to blend in with the Who's, it's playing on the loudspeakers in Whoville. And it's I don't know, it's funny to me. But yeah, so this was my Christmas gift, if you will, to myself. By one of several, to be honest. And this one is, I'm actually glad that we have the knife still so we can open this. This is how long we've been holding on to this, because we saw this concert in
September of last year.
No, July.
I thought it was September.
I'm pretty sure it was like July.
Okay, maybe it was July. Oh no, because we saw Korn.
We saw Korn in September.
That's right. So yes, it was.
This is still sealed, and they were doing this as a special thing, as a fundraiser in part. I remember, and this is it's limited edition. But I have a bad habit of opening limited edition things, so we're gonna open it.
We are?
Yes, we are. This is the Renegades and Jukebox Heroes, Styx and Foreigner, the 2024 tour live recordings of the hits compilation album that they did.
And this is Miss I don't like greatest hits. I want the original.
I don't, but you know.
It sticks.
It sticks, A. And B, it's live recordings and stuff, and I want to see if it's the same recordings that they have used on previous live albums, or if it's new recordings. I think that's on the actual vinyl itself,
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you could do the honors, please, sir, with the knife. They had them for sale. They had like guys. What organization were they from? Where they had the fezzes on?
Oh, the Shriners.
The Shriners.
Yes.
They had the Shriners out there selling them. And it's like you got the record, and you could also get like a lanyard? You got something
like that.
I don't know. There was like a couple things you could buy. Yeah. And so then I had to walk around the concert for the rest of the night with this record that didn't fit in my backpack. So, but yeah, I was pretty excited.
Shoot.
You're okay.
It's okay. I just kind of got the.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's just a little rough spot.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Let's see. Unique limited edition number 3,547 of 5,000. You can tell we were kind of the middle of the tour. Anyway. So we got, as I showed you, kind of the front. We got America. With the flag, which is funny because it was with Foreigner. Though it was.
Does Foreigner have any
tour. I don't think Foreigner has any foreigners in it anymore. Yeah. Initially, they were British.
Yeah. I think they're all American.
I think they're all American. I know Kelly Hansen is at least. But I think
we looked it up. And
I think we did look. I feel like this feels
Canadian,
like a conversation we've had before.
I believe we looked it up, and like everyone in Foreigner has been born in North America.
Yeah. So it's like but so that's the front. This is the back where you see you got the stamp for the limited edition there. And let's go ahead and open this baby up. So just make sure there's nothing. Okay. So we got a cardboard sleeve.
Actually, down here, let me see if I can get it. We actually have the Shriners emblem.
You are right. I didn't even notice that. And I think it's funny on here they have the they have the websites for the band. Bless you.
Thank you.
They have like the social media handles as if I'm going to buy this without knowing who Styx or Foreigner is. I just modern marketing, man. I just. And it's funny because I also know some of these guys. So it was produced by Willa Vankovich, who is now in Styx and has produced the last 2 Styx albums. And it's interesting because on this side, it has all the tour dates and where they were. Like the day, the city, and the specific arena or stadium or what have you. And there we are.
July 19th.
July 19th.
Yep.
See? It's like... It was in the summer because that was one of the hottest shows I've ever been to.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I forgot. I also purchased it. It's
kind of a mother of pearl almost.
Yeah, it is kind of, but it's got, you can't really see it that well, but it's got kind of like a tie-dye thing. It looks like you like spilled water on like the wall in your shower
Well,
or something.
that's why I said mother of pearl, where it's almost got an organic look to it.
It's really cool. It's a very specific color. It's very interesting. So I'm easily got.
Some might say easily entertained.
I am very easily entertained. But it's okay, you know. But yeah, no, and I think the way they did it. Let me see. Yeah, so one side, and actually let me verify this before I say it. One side is all Styx songs, and one side is all Foreigner songs. So on here you've got, for the people at home, the Jukebox Heroes side, which feels like the first time, Cold as Ice, I Want to Know What Love Is, and Jukebox Hero. Feels like you pretty much have to have it when you call it the Jukebox Hero side. And the other side, the Renegades side, is Blue Collar Man, Come Sail Away, Too Much Time on My Hands, and Renegade. Interesting there that 3 of those 4 songs are sung by Tommy. Mm-hmm. It's just an interesting note there.
Interesting is Come Sail Away. Do they not have? They have Dennis DeYoung on there.
Well, they have him. See, the credits there are for the songwriter.
Oh, for the songwriter. Yeah. Okay, I was thinking
yeah.
like, okay, I bet that was an interesting conversation.
No.
Hey, Dennis, I know we haven't toured with you for like 20 years, but I would be willing to sing a song.
Can you do this live version?
He and Lawrence Gallagher just like eyeballing each other across the room.
So we've asked you here today.
Yeah.
No, the brackets, and in case you don't know as well, when you have a song and it has the parentheses next to it with the name, it's who wrote it.
Okay.
So it's not. It just happens to be that usually the person who wrote it is the person who sings it. At least in Styx's case, usually depends. Blah 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 semantics, but that's what that means. It's the songwriter for that song. So that was cute though. That was funny. All right, but with that, and this is just such a crisp, it's very crisp looking. With that's the last album of our haul this evening. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. This will now go out, and then we'll be caught up. We have no vinyl waiting in the wings, so I'm kind of happy to be able to sort all my stuff together the way it's supposed to be. So I can avoid accidentally buying duplicates of stuff.
Yeah, I was asking her, I was like, why are these 2 out? She's like, Zach, don't you remember? I was like, yeah, those do look kind of familiar. So, well, what are we going to do with those 2?
I don't know. I might donate them. I might sell them. Selling vinyl is just so complicated.
It is.
I have a friend who runs a record store though, Crystal Ball Records in Massachusetts.
Maybe we could do it like a trade scene with someone.
That'd be cool, because I mean, they're good albums. So if you know, I'm all down.
Good for condition, good songs.
Self-titled by Elton John and Inside Information by Foreigner. If you want to trade, drop a comment below. Or DM me on Instagram. No, but I mean, but yeah.
Hey, if you got something cool, DM this pretty lady. We're not big fans of like classic or like
classical,
like classic jazz. Rock. Like we'd be good with some jazz, maybe.
No, I was saying I don't want jazz.
You don't want jazz?
Unless it's more Snoopy Peanuts soundtracks.
It's a little bit jazz would be cool. Or even like some fun Latin dance music. That might be kind of fun.
You and I have 2 left feet though.
We do.
We wouldn't be good for it.
No, but we can just have like some unique music,
Unique music, yeah.
It's like
yeah.
diverse.
Yes. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Mm-hmm. If you did, please like and subscribe. I feel so silly saying that, but I mean, if you did like it, please like it, subscribe. These are some of the few videos that aren't copyright strike on my channel because all the covers are hit with a copyright strike, but I like doing them, so whoops. It hurts no one. They get their money, I get to sing silly songs that I like, so works out for everyone. Drop a comment also below if you want to hear any specific songs for me to cover, or if you have any recommendations for artists or albums for me to check out. And I always am looking to listen to new stuff, hence the giant record collection that I've been getting better at actually listening to. I was having sort of like a dragon on the pile of gold problem there for a while, but now we're actually listening to it a little more.
We are. We're definitely trying to actually listen to what we're buying.
It's good when you're cleaning the house.
Mm-hmm.
You just put it on and get to work.
I actually learned something interesting about vinyl. Not so much the stuff from this era, but like old vinyl actually contains lead. So
yeah, I found that out like last night.
Last night, I was like, don't lick the vinyl, basically.
Yeah, just don't. If you've taken anything away from this video, don't lick the vinyl. That being said, I hope you have a good day, afternoon, evening, weekend, week, day, whatever. Have a good whatever. And I will see you around.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.